What's up guys, Cardprotagonist here, and today I will be doing an updated deck profile on my Gold Paladin Gurguit Ezel deck. So the all-new GBT-07, my favorite Gold Paladin deck has finally gotten a new support, with a new stride and many new cards in the deck. So, what are the strengths of the new Gold Paladin, you ask? Right, the new Gold Paladin has a lot of new superior calling cards, which allows you to flood the field really early. Okay, not really early, but he has a really good mid-game. And it allows you to, and it gives a new finisher, which is a huge power boost. So your opponent will be struggling to gut all your rear guards as well as the Vanguard. Alright, I tested this deck and it works really well because of many of the new cards from the set, which synergizes well with the whole deck. So let us go on the deck profile right now and I'll show you why I make certain card choices. Let's start with the Great Trees. Alright. First, for the Great Trees, we play 4 copies of Gurguit. His ability is GB2. When this unit were to be attacked, you may pay the cost of 1 Count Blast and 1 Soul Blast. If you do, check the top 4 cards of 1 card and super card to the Guardian Circle at rest position. Alright, and then shuffle the deck. Okay, what does this do is basically it allows you to fetch out a top card of your deck that costs 1 Count Blast and 1 Soul Blast in order to guard for you. So it's great because even if you have low hand size, you can always use a skill and dig out a card to guard for you, such as a 10k trigger, such as a crit trigger, or if you're lucky, you get a perfect guard. So this is a life-saving skill, very good to have. It's really good because sometimes you want to have some way you can spend excessive counter blasts, excessive resources, and this is the perfect way to spend it, to defend your life. And of course, by defending is reducing the amount of cards you need to guard from your hand. Second skill is whenever you perform stride. So whenever we stride, counter blast 1 and look and check the top 5 cards of the deck. Check the top 4 cards of the deck and select one of them and super card to your rear circle. After that, shuffle the deck. The card unit gives us 2k power. Great card because at the cost, whenever you strike, you gain a +1 at the cost of 1 count blast. And of course, the +2k affects a lot of magic numbers because sometimes you might call some nonsense unit, and the +2k actually makes it a decent unit to play with. So yeah, overall a really solid card. Very good. It's similar to Oddmouth, a very solid strike deck, a very solid strike card. And as you guys know, I use the secondary Vanguard, which is Ezel, because Ezel is one of the anti-lock mechanic to fight against Link Jokers. Alright, what Ezel does is Limit Break, Count Blast 2 and Soul Blast 2. If you do, unlock all your units, and if you have 5 or more rear guards, this unit gains plus 10k power and 1 crit. And after that, you can Soul Charge 1 and unflip 1 damage. So basically, at the cost of 1 Count Blast and 1 Soul Blast, you can unlock all units you control. So in a way, this is a bit slightly better than the Alfred because Alfred has only the strides to unlock. However, you can use both your strides and this unit to unlock all units. So if I were to fight Link Jokers, this is the main right target. So this deck is really flexible because it's able to handle any situation given, and I really enjoy playing this deck. Yeah, this is a nightmare for Link Jokers actually. Second skill is, for each Gold Paladin you control on the rear guard circle, it gains 1k power, so it can get additional 5k. Very nice. We have full field. Alright, let's get on to the Great Twos. The Great Twos we play here. 4 Puyos. Basically, this is our twin sword of the deck. Skill is GB1. When this unit is boosted or attacks the Vanguard, it may counter blast 1. If you do, search a top 3 cards of the deck and super call one of those units. Very good because you can always attack with your rear guards. Use the skill Count Blast, superior call 1 card from the deck, and as a restand. So in a way, first it serves as a recruiter, so it allows you to fill up your field if you have an empty field. Or second, it gives you additional attack. This is what makes Paladins very special. Very flexible as well. Allows you to either fill up your field or give you additional attack. This is why I find him very good in this deck. Because most of the time, for each card I superior call, high chance it is going to gain more power due to the fact that either when I strike onto Scourge Point, it's gonna gain additional 5k power. So freaking good card. It's a twin swords in the deck, so I'm gonna play 4 additional attacks and super card is too good. Next is my it is one of my personal choices. Because this deck super costs so much, I find that most of the time I like to make those super cards free of cost. And what this guy does is when this card enters the rear guard circle from your deck, so when this guy's only super card from your deck, So if you call it from your hand, it doesn't have effect. When it's called from a deck, you make unflip 1 damage and counter charge 1. And soul charge 1. So what this means is whenever you perform Gurguit Strike, you pay on counterblast, strike, pay on counterblast, you call him this guy, basically it makes Gurguit skill free. Because this deck, every counterblast counts. Every counterblast means additional attacks, additional recruiting. So basically I'll be getting this unit for free. And Gurguit again was giving a plus 2k power, which makes him a magic number. So I really don't find him bad in the deck. I find him really good in my deck. If you watch my duo video, which I'm going to upload really soon, this guy has saved my butt so many times. Just because of the additional counterblast and soul charge. Note now that this deck actually kind of needs a lot of, not say a lot of soul, but it needs soul because of the finisher. Yeah. Alright, so 4 copies of this. It's all up to you. It's all up to player preference. If you want to play other cards, it's fine. Like this card. The new card from GBT-07. Knight of Springlight Perrymore. It's not Pellinor, it's Perrymore. So what this card does is very, very interesting. Continuous Regat Circle Unite. So you could use this skill early game, even at your grade 2 right. So Unite against us 2k power. So if you rush early game, this guy is gonna be 11k early game, which hits magic numbers against opponents. Very painful card, very powerful early game rush. Or his second skill is when this unit is placed on the Regat Circle, it's a GB1 skill. You may counterblast 1. If you do, search the top 3 cards of the deck and superior call 1 of them onto the same column. Alright, what this means is this card is similar to Aglovale. However, it is only a column. Because you look at top 3 and superior column unit. So at the cost of 1 counterblast, you can recruit 1 free unit, which I really, really like. I use him to fill up my field most of the time. And he's a decent 11k attacker as well. So this is a new card. Definitely give him a try. Find him very good. Alright, next is the new card. One of my favorite cards from the set. 4 copies of Sunshine Knight Jeffrey. He's a great one. His skill is Generation Break 1 Unite. So at the end of this battle, this unit boosted, you may pay the cost of putting this guy into your soul. If you do draw a card. Alright, why is this card good? Is first, you want to clear your rearguards for more slots. The next turn, you can superior call more units. That's one. Because Gold Paladins can really call a lot of units. And secondly, it fills up the soul for your Gurguit finisher. So it's quite important actually. And it gives you additional cards. So at a cost of a very easy to trigger Unite, you'll be able to draw 1 card, soul charge 1. Yeah, and open your slot for more stuff. And of course, you won't get locked by Link Joker as well, which is very good. Because this meta is really quite controlled. If you fight against Kagero, it's very, very important to run away. Sometimes, yeah. And this meta, Kagero is gonna rise up to the top. Because Kagero is really, very good right now. Alright, next is 4 copies of Strike Helpers. Since this is a Strike deck, I definitely play 4 Strike Helpers. And his ability is also allows you to search out for Gurguit. When this card is called from your hand to your Regat Circle, review a grade 3 from your hand. If you do, search a deck for a Gurguit and add it to your hand and then discard 1 card. So this ensures that you write onto your avatar. Very important. Play 4 for consistency. 4 copies of normal perfect guards. The reason why is because I still like to use his skill to fetch up my perfect guards, and I don't really have a problem with counter charge, I guess. So it's up to player preference. If you want to play the Unfleet Perfect Guard, it works as well. This guy, for her, but she's my really lucky Perfect Guard, so I'm definitely gonna use her at 4. 1 Kugao, a promo. GB1, when this unit is placed on the deck to your Regat Circle, you can draw 1 card. So yeah, very nice 6k booster, free cards, love it. 1 copy is fine. 1 copy of this guy basically is when this unit is placed on Regat Circle, you may Soul Blast 2 if you do counter charge 2. So unflip 2 damage, 4 more combos you can pull off, and Soul is not a problem in this deck anymore because of a lot of Soul support in this deck. Alright, let us go to the triggers. Trigger lineup. The new crit trigger, the new Gurguit crits. When Gurguit attacks, a Vanguard Gurguit attacks, you may put this card in the soul, and against Gurguit gains 5k power and you may draw 1 card. Very nice to put cards into your soul. The reason why this card is very important is because Gurguit needs soul. I repeated it many times. So you definitely got to play 4. No excuse. Next is 4 Flame of Victories. Just in case you need the 3k push, you can always use Flame of Victory, push it to soul and gain plus 3k power. Next is a new stand trigger from the boost set. Forever Permanent Unite. This unit gets a 3k power, so as long as you trigger Unite this turn, he is a 7k booster. And he gains a skill. At the end of this unit, at the end of this unit boost, you may put this guy in your soul and you can counter charge 1. Very good, because most of the time, due to my dumb luck, I always superior call triggers with my Gurguit skill, so it's okay because I call him. So it makes Gurguit skill free, so that I can counter charge and use other skills, such as Puyo, to recruit more units. So it's okay to call this guy. This guy is really good. This is a 7k booster, counter charges, give you a free soul, freaking amazing. 4 heal triggers, very important now in the G format zone. G guard zone. G guard format, which allows you to give you additional defense. If you're lucky like me who draw lots of heal triggers, this card is for you, and she looks really nice. It's definitely a stable to play for nowadays. Next is 1 copy of the starter. Activate, Unite, place this guy into your soul and look at top 3 cards, superior call one of them, and it gains a 2k power and then shuffle your deck. So whenever you perform, once you trigger the Unite skill, you can put in soul to superior call more cards. Very good. Alright, let us go on to the G units. The all new Gurguits. I'll play 3 copies. There's a reason why I only play 3. If you want to play 4, if you're rich enough to play 4, go ahead and play 4. But the reason why is because Gurguit has a very, very interesting skill. His name is Sunrise Ray Radiant Sword. Sunrise Ray Radiant Sword Gurguit. So he is the grade 4 version of our original Gurguit. Alright, what he does is activate Vanguard GB2 Unite. So you can only use his skill when you unite. Very easy cost. Ability, Counter Blast 1 and Soul Blast 2. This unit gains plus 5k power for each of your rear guards until end of turn. Choose up to 5 of your rear guards and they gain plus 5k power until end of turn. Okay, so basically what this does is it powers up your whole field, and then for each rear guard you control, this guy powers up as well. So you control 5 rear guards, he gains a 25k power. This is why it is so powerful. If opponent doesn't have a perfect guard, definitely it's gonna have a hard time. So one interesting thing to note is, did you realize that he didn't need to flip up a copy of itself or hell even a G unit? Yeah, that's right. You can just use 3 copies like that, because you do not need to flip any Gurguits up or any units up. Just a cost of 1 Counter Blast and 1 Soul Blast and 2 Soul Blasts, you could pull off this amazing skill. This is what makes the new Gurguit really, really good. I really like him. Use him and he wins games. That's all. That's all I can say. Next is the secondary strike. Anti-Link Joker. This deck definitely has problem against Link Joker. So once you ride into your Ezel, Link Joker is gonna have a problem against me. So yeah, I really love this card because its skill is activate. Once per turn, Counter Blast 1 and flip a copy of itself face up. If you do, check the top 5 cards of the deck and superior call one of them, and this strike unit and that superior call unit gains power equals to the superior call unit's power. So for example, let's say you superior call a perfect guard. Both Ezel and the perfect guard gains 6k power, which is equal to the unit called. So it's really good because you can unlock his it's Counter Blast 1 and flip a copy of yourself face up and then unlock your whole field. So yeah, if your opponent does that Omega lock thingy, just screw them over with this. Very, very good card. Next is 3 copies of Scourge Point. I've dropped 1 copy because I have a new finisher, which is Gurguit. Gurguit's definitely, yes, it doesn't. Gurguit's not free, and Scourge Point is still an amazing card. So I still recommend you to play 3, because if your opponent is not gonna die yet, use this and pressure him to his 5th damage, and then go for Gurguit in your 5th damage. Your opponent's definitely gonna die, because my field will be huge. 1 copy of Campbell. When this unit attack hits, you may check the top 5 cards of the deck and super call one of them. Then it gains 2k power, the unit. Alright, Scourge Point skill is whenever a card is super called from the deck to a red guard circle, this unit and that unit gains 5k power. So you combined it with Gurguit skill to Strike Break skill, Counter Blast 1 and super call 1. That unit is going to gain plus 5k power and plus 2k power. And the Vanguard is gains power. So it's a powerhouse. Very, very underrated card. Just because of its art and probably its price. Very cheap card. 1 copy of Campbell, sorry. 1 Fabrice. Because this deck actually has a little problem with against Great Lock, Great 2 Locks. So yeah, punish them with Sea Breeze. It's called Sea Breeze, by the way. Allows you to strike even if your opponent tries to Great Lock you. 2 copies of the Gold Paladin G Guardians. Whenever you control two other units, 2 rearguards against a 5k shield. So it's a very easy 20k shield. Gold Paladins almost always have at least 2 rearguards on the field. 1 copy of the new Golden Beast Slay Me Flare. So my Slay Me has finally evolved into the Golden Magnificent Beast of a Siamese cat. Yeah. So what Slay Me Flare does is very, very interesting. When this unit is placed on the Guardian Circle, you may pay the cost of choosing one of your rearguards and put it onto your bottom of the deck. If you do, look at top 5 cards of the deck and then superior call 2 cards with different grades among them according to Guardian Circle and shuffle your deck. So what this does is put a Guardian Circle, check top 5. Oh look, top 5 is like this. So I can basically guard with grade 0s, grade 1. Only 2 though. However, just like that, it becomes a 30k shield value. So Slimy is something like advanced screw. So if you don't want to play screw, you can always play Slimy, I guess. So yeah, but it takes a little luck. But if you're lucky, yeah, you definitely can pull off the 30k guard at a cheaper cost. And finally, 1 screw. If you control 1 card face up in a G zone, you may use screw skill. Discard 1 card from your hand and against a 10k shield. 25k shield, very, very good against cards like next stages. Prevents that next stage bullshit combo, the finishing attack. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my deck profile on my Sunrise Night Gurguit deck with Blonde Ezel. Be sure to add me on Facebook and subscribe for more awesome GBT-07 deck profiles. Peace out and love you guys. Rawr.